From County Stadium in Milwaukee, the last dance at the ballpark. Our closing ceremonies to forever close the doors of one of the most significant facilities in the history of sports. At this point, we're going to turn the proceedings over to our PA announcer here at County Stadium. Let's throw it over to Rob Edwards.
Home plate will be transplanted to its future home at Miller Park, where the tradition of Milwaukee Brewers baseball will continue well into the new century.
Everybody's taken a turn at this because there are so many people involved with this grounds crew. Gary Meller and Dave Meller, rather, and Gary Vandenberg do an outstanding job here with this grounds crew.
That's going over to Miller Park, as well as all the infield dirt.
There's Gary. Gary Vandenberg, who's been here for so many years, running this great operation on the field. Modest transportation, taking that home plate over to Miller Park. Members from the Girls of Summer Softball League.
Tonight, we write the final verse in the final chapter. And what better way to complete County Stadium's saga than with the legends who made it famous. This season, Bob Uecker celebrates 30 years as the voice of the Milwaukee Brewers. Ladies and gentlemen, the voice that made Milwaukee famous, Mr. Baseball, Bob Uecker.
Thank you very much. Thank you. This ballpark has been home to me for most of my life. And just like you, it has a special place in my heart. There are two other familiar voices in Wisconsin sports history who I would like to introduce to you now. He has broadcast Braves and Brewers games in the 60s and 70s and was elected to the American Sportscasters Hall of Fame in 1993. Ladies and gentlemen, how about a warm welcome back for a great friend and a beautiful announcer, Merle Harmon.
Great friend of Milwaukee. Very deep roots in this community, with a lot of his family still making Milwaukee home.
One of the most thrilling moments for me was in 1970 when I came out of that dugout to meet the Milwaukee Brewers. And so I thank you for being so kind to me over the years. And it's such a joy to be back and see the stands full and all the enthusiasm. And look what you've got waiting for you.
When the Braves moved here from Boston in 1953, he became the Braves broadcaster and stayed for 11 seasons. In addition, he was the play-by-play announcer for the University of Wisconsin football for 31 years, handled the radio duties for the Green Bay Packers in the 1950s, and was the daily source for sports in Milwaukee until his retirement in 1985. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a pleasure and an honor for me to invite back to our house the Earl of Milwaukee Sportscasting to join us here tonight. How about a warm welcome, Earl Gillespie.
I'd like to say, first of all, that I'm home again. 48 years ago, I was standing at home plate for the first game in 1953 for the Milwaukee Braves. And what a great, great years we had with that ball club.
Fans, we all have our favorite memories of the players, games, and events that took place at County Stadium. To help us relive some of those wonderful times, we have assembled some unforgettable moments in County Stadium history.
Now in the 11th inning, here comes Hank Aaron. And he hits a ball to left center field.
The pitch to Henry Aaron, a swing and a drive back into center field, going back towards the wall. It's back at that fence.
You couldn't tell for a fleeting moment. It was a rifle shot of Hank, so you knew that it was really hit. It looked like it was going, but and then it went. And it set off this really wild scene.
And is it caught or not? It's a home run. The Braves are the champions of the National League. Henry Aaron just hit his 43rd home run of the year. Holy cow!
Ballparks never look better than when filled and decorated for the Fall Classic, the World Series.
Burnett pitch swung on. Line grabbed by Matthews, who cuts from third, and the World Series is over, and the Milwaukee Braves are the new world champions of baseball.
On July 20th at County Stadium, Hank Aaron drove a Dick Drago fastball over the fence for his 755th and final home run. Trailing 3-2 in the seventh, the stage is set for what many say was the most unforgettable hit in Brewer history. 2 outs, bases loaded, and Cecil Cooper at the plate.
Cecil motioning to the ball and then looking and seeing Gantner and Charlie Moore hugging each other at home plate. It looked like they were going to kill each other, and just the excitement and the electricity in the ballpark, and of course that being the game-winning hit for the American League Championship.
Game 5. The final game in Milwaukee is the third straight record crowd of over 56,000. Robin Yount provided most of the offensive support. Rockin' Robin posted his second 4-hit performance of the series, including this home run to right field. The Brewers win 6-4 as fans storm the field. Milwaukee is just one victory shy of a championship. But it was not to be. Back in St. Louis, the Cardinals win Game 6 and 7 to take the '82 World Series.
A curveball! Drilled to deep left. Gonna get way out of here and gone for Deer. And they have tied it at 4.
Deer's 3-run shot sends County Stadium into delirium. But it would get better.
Gantner, there he goes. The pitch, a swing and a fly ball, right field and deep. Get up and get out of here. Gone for Swaim, and they've done it again. 12 in a row on a 2-run blast by Swaim to win it. Oh my goodness. Holy cow, do you believe it?
Paul Molitor was a career 300 hitter, and on July 16th, he got hot. No pitcher could keep him from stroking his way onto the bases for over a month. During the streak, whenever Molitor would step to the plate, fans were on their feet. On August 25th, the streak reached 39 games, the 7th longest ever.
A delightful look back at some of the memories here at the ballpark.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are honored to welcome back to County Stadium your great heroes of yesteryear. The first that I would like to introduce tonight spent 14 years as the general manager and played a very, very important part in the success of the Brewers and will always be a favorite of mine. He is seated over here near the Brewers dugout. How about a warm welcome back for former Brewers general manager Harry Daulton.
Harry Daulton was indeed the architect of the Brewers' success in the late 70s and early 80s.
He spent 23 years in the big leagues, 15 seasons with the Milwaukee Braves and the Brewers. Saturday marked the 43rd anniversary of his dramatic home run right out here at County Stadium that gave the Braves the National League pennant in 1957. Baseball's all-time home run king, right fielder number 44, hammering Henry Aaron.
What an appropriate way to begin this closing ceremony. Perhaps the greatest to ever play at this ballpark. Baseball's all-time home run king and one of the most beloved athletes in the history of the game. Although he went into the Hall of Fame as a Brave, Henry Aaron, in finishing his career as a Brewer, became the first player to ever wear a Brewer uniform and be inducted into the hallowed grounds at Cooperstown. Baseball's all-time home run leader is also a record holder in many other categories. Runs batted in, extra base hits, and total bases among them. Made his major league debut at the age of 20. Opening day 1954. Stepped into a roster spot left vacant by the injured Bobby Thompson. The 24-time All-Star, Henry Aaron, the first legend introduced tonight.
Under legendary coach Vince Lombardi, he was the National Football League's premier pass rusher. He earned All-Pro honors while helping the Green Bay Packers to 5 titles in the 1960s, including the first 2 Super Bowl championships. Number 87, defensive end and Hall of Famer Willie Davis.
Came to the Green Bay Packers in 1959. Named All-Pro 5 times. Went to the Pro Bowl 5 times. Holds Packers records for all-time fumble recoveries with 21. Helped lead the Packers to 5 NFL titles. never missed a game in his 12-year career.
And ran with his tongue out long before Michael Jordan did.
Elected to the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 1981.
The man with the mustache. He showed the Milwaukee Brewers how to become champions in 1981 and 82. The first relief pitcher to earn the Cy Young Award and MVP honors in the same season. Number 34, Hall of Famer Rollie Fingers.
Elected to the Hall of Fame in 1992. At the time he retired in 1985, he was the career leader in saves. 341 games saved. A man who shaped the closer's role in the 70s and 80s. A phenomenal 1981, enjoyed by the man with the handlebar mustache. Most valuable player and Cy Young Award winner.
One of the first young prospects to come out of the Milwaukee Brewers farm system. Milwaukee's first draft pick in 1970. He hit 16 homers as a rookie. Number 15, catcher Darryl Porter.
Finished his career with 1,369 hits.
He played for 3 pennant winners, including the 1957 world champion Milwaukee Braves. In 1953, he hit safely in 20 straight games. Number 48, left fielder Handy Andy Pafko.
Andy Pafko, a 1957 World Series hero. Hit a cool .333 that year, did the man who also played down the road with the Chicago Cubs. With a defensive style so distinct, they actually call it the Pafko when you dive headfirst for a ball towards the infield. Andy Pafko retired as a player in 1959, but stuck around with the Braves as a coach for 3 years. And he threatened to go into a Pafko dive right there, it looked like.
A Wisconsin native. A Wisconsin native and a part of the Milwaukee Brewers triumphant trio for 15 seasons. A member of the Milwaukee Brewers 25th anniversary team and the all-decades team of the 80s. Number 17, Jim Gantner.
What a day for Jim Gantner. Gumby, they call him. Fiery, intense, do anything it took to win. Major League debut with the Brewers in September of '76. Teamed up with Robin Yount to lead the American League in double plays in '81 and '82. Batted .333 in the World Series in '82.
But now appropriate that Jim Gantner goes out to touch second base on his way in.
He shares the Brewers' rookie record for most home runs, belting 17 in 1970. Left fielder, number 12, Danny Walton.
The 17 home runs in 1970 was a career best for Danny Walton. Knee injury slowed down Danny Walton, but he will always be remembered as one of the first great
His
Brewers.
grand slam home run in the 1980 home opener is one of the most memorable moments in Brewers history. The only Brewers outfielder to ever earn a Gold Glove, number 16, right fielder, Sixto Lezcano.
Gold Glove in 1979. Major League debut of the Brewers at the age of 20. 21 home runs, 21 doubles in 77. Heck of an outfielder, great arm. Led the major leagues in outfield assists in 1978. Was part of that deal with the St. Louis Cardinals to bring Ted Simmons, Raleigh Fingers, and Vukovich to the Brewers.
Known as the Moneyball player, he was the National League's premier shortstop in the late 1950s. A 7-time All-Star and member of the Milwaukee Braves championship teams of 1957 and 1958. Good old number 23, shortstop Johnny Logan.
Sheriff John, one of the best fielding shortstops in all of baseball in his day. A 4-time All-Star. He went to the first of 4 in 1955.
Loves the game of baseball.
He was known as the Bulldog for his tenacity on the mound. The 1971 American League Fireman of the Year with 31 saves. A Milwaukee Brewers record that stood for 18 seasons. Number 20, the Bulldog, Ken Sanders.
Kenny Sanders still a part of the community here in Milwaukee. Loves Wisconsin and the Brewers.
A fan favorite. He is best remembered for his diving catch in Game 5 of the 1982 World Series. A member of the Milwaukee Brewers all-decades team of the 70s. Number 22, Charlie Moore.
But he made his major league debut with the Brewers. He was a backup to Darrell Porter. One of the all-time fan favorites here in Milwaukee. Moved to right field in '82. Threw out Reggie Jackson. Maybe one of the best throws in franchise history in the '82 LCS. A part of the Brewers beating the Angels in Game 5. Went on to hit .346 in the World Series that year.
Do just about anything on the baseball field at Charlie Moore. Call him Munchie.
He threw the first pitch in Brewers history and went on to win 13 games in that inaugural season. And I had the privilege of broadcasting the first major league game he ever pitched in 1961. Here he is, number 24, Lou Krause.
Through the first pitch for the Brewers, it was a loss to Andy Extra-Smith and the New York Yankees. Involved in one of the biggest deals in Brewer history to put a pretty good team together. Brought George Scott, Jim Lonborg, Ken Brett, Don Pavletic to the Brewers.
They said he was too small to play in the National Football League. He made the famed Packers sweep work, elected to the Packers Hall of Fame, number 63, right guard, Fuzzy Thurston.
Came to the Pack with a trade from the Baltimore Colts in 1959. And all-pro selection 2 years consecutively, a couple seasons later, and he wants to hit somebody tonight.
Means a lot to these guys.
Forget about the Ickey Shuffle and the Dirty Bird. Buzzy Thurston, one of the great all-time Packers, is having a great time tonight.
First time he's probably ever carried the football here.
I think it's about time.
Yeah.
Instrumental in the Milwaukee Brewers turnaround in 1978. This outfielder played a key role in leading Bambi's Bombers. The Brewers MVP in 1978. He wore number 9, Larry Hisle.
Came over from the Minnesota Twins with a lot of power. Put the Brewers on the map. .34 home runs, 115 RBIs in 1978. Went to the All-Star game for the Brewers.
A hard-throwing right-hander who won 80 games during the 1950s with the Milwaukee Braves, including 18 in that championship season of 1957. Number 10, Bonnie Bob Buell.
Bob Buell was the third starter in that rotation. But no less important, over an 8-year period, Bob Buell won 100 games, including winning 18 in consecutive seasons in 56 and 57.
A two-time American League home run champion. He holds the Brewers record of 45 home runs in a season. Always a fan favorite, center fielder, number 20, Stormin Gorman Thomas.
Yeah, they call him Spike around here. They say folks came to the ballpark to see one of two things from Gorman: home run or a strikeout.
They got plenty of both.
And he did not disappoint.
Well, there was a 5-year period where Gorman Thomas led all of Major League Baseball in home runs between 78 and 82.
Came up as one of the best defensive outfielders, a center fielder, a great arm, good range. Two-time American League home run king, Stormin Gorman.
The Brewers' all-time leader in games, starts, wins, innings, strikeouts, and shutouts, known as Pops. Number 41, pitcher Jim Slayton.
Made his debut with the Brewers in April of 1971. That one draws the commish to his feet.
The spark that ignited the Braves' pennant drives in 1957 and 58. Perhaps the finest second baseman in the 50s, the fourth member of the Braves team to be inducted into baseball's Hall of Fame. Number 4, second baseman, Red Schoendienst.
Red Schoendienst, most notably one of the more fiery managers in all of baseball history. Longtime St. Louis Cardinal manager, great infielder for the Braves.
Red Schoendienst talks about Milwaukee as the backdrop for his most cherished baseball memories, and still very much an active member of the Cardinals coaching staff.
This 5-time All-Star set an American League record by playing in 88 consecutive games without an error. He set a club record for most homers and RBIs by a second baseman. The Money Man, number 7, Don Money.
Don Money on the top 10 list for franchise home runs. The first Brewer to start in an All-Star game way back in '78. Came to Milwaukee in a deal from the Phillies back in October of '72. Yeah, he could flat out pick it. Don Money on the hot corner.
This left fielder led the American League with 41 home runs in 1980. We called him the Spider-Man. Number 24, Ben Oglivie.
Now they call him B.O. around the batting cage. Made that sliding catch in the corner in left field against the Orioles in that final game in 1982. Preserved the victory for Don Sutton and the Brewers. Got him into the playoffs.
9 of his 16 years in the big leagues as a Brewer. And a sweet left-handed swing.
Boy, could he hit. 3-time All-Star for the Brewers.
The most valuable player in the 1957 World Series, a 2-time 20-game winner who came within one batter of pitching a perfect game in 1960. Number 33, lanky Lew Burdette.
10 straight double-digit win seasons for the guy they called Lanky Lou. He looks like he could still go out there and give you 7 or 8 shutout innings. We talked about it earlier, partner. It was Lew Burdette who won that historic 13-inning game over Harvey Haddix in 1959, and that's when Haddix had pitched a perfect 12 before Burdette beat him 1-0.
Another Wisconsin native. He spent his entire 10-year career with the Brewers. A member of the 1976 Major League All-Rookie team. He wore number 46. Left-hander Jerry Augustine.
Spent his entire career with the Milwaukee Brewers. Named to the 1976 American League All-Rookie team. 9 wins, a 3.30 ERA.
He rushed for over 1,000 yards, 5 straight seasons during the 1960s with the Green Bay Packers. A 5-time Pro Bowler, he rushed for a 186 yards in a game right here at County Stadium to help the Packers clinch the division title in 1961. Number 31, Hall of Famer Jim Taylor.
One of the greatest Packers ever. 5 straight 1,000-yard rushing seasons. At the time, an NFL record. Still ranks 9th on the all-time rushing touchdown list. 83 by the time it was all done. A 4-time Pro Bowler. And elected into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio, back in 1976, shortly after his playing days had ended.
In that magical season of 1987, he pitched the first and only no-hitter in Brewers history. Pitcher number 20, Juan Nieves.
He threw it on tax day in '87. Win number 9 of that 13-0 start for the Brewers against the Orioles in Baltimore. Cold, rainy. Remember the catch by Robin Yount? Had nasty stuff that night. Arm troubles limited his pitching career. The only no-hitter in Brewers history.
He led the club in home runs in 1971 and 1972 and set the club record of 6 hits in a game back in 1974. Number 12, left fielder, Johnny Briggs.
John Briggs, a Brewer for 5 years. 21 home runs in 71 and 72. Came to the Brewers from Philadelphia.
A 5-time All-Star who will best be remembered for the clutch 2-run single that put the Brewers in the World Series. He hit over 300 7 times in his career. A 2-time Gold Glove winner, number 15, Cecil Cooper.
200 or more hits 3 times in his career. 300 or better in 8 seasons. You needed a hit, Coop was your guy.
Oh, and a lot of flash bulbs are popping for Coop as he gets to first base. And I bet all those fans remember vividly that big game-winning single against the Angels in the '82 American League Championship Series.
A 10-time All-Star on one of the winningest teams in the major leagues in the 50s. He went on to manage the Milwaukee Brewers, the captain of the 1957 Braves, number 1, catcher, Del Crandall.
4-time Gold Glove winner, 58 through 60, and then again in 62. A National League All-Star 8 years. He was behind the plate when the first pitch was thrown here at County Stadium. And also on the receiving end of Lou Burdett's no-hitter. He caught Warren Spahn's first no-hitter in 1960. And as Mr. Gillespie just told us, returned to manage the Brewers in 1972.
Not only a manager, front office, great player.
One of the most prolific home run hitters, the only slugger to lead the team in home runs for 5 straight seasons. Number 45, we called him the Rooster, right fielder, Rob Deere.
20 or more dingers in 8 straight seasons. Looks like he can still hit him out, huh? Yeah, those are his folks out there in the right field bleachers.
Pesky little hitter. He showed leadership qualities, earning the nickname the Little General. Second baseman, number 16, Ron Theobald.
Ron Theobald was one of the most popular early Brewers when the team moved here from Seattle.
In 1982, he managed a team dubbed Harvey's Wallbangers to the franchise's only pennant. Harvey Keene passed away 12 years ago, but the Brewers fans will always remember him for his leadership and courage. With us today, Harvey's wife, Audrey.
Audrey Keene, more of a mother to the Brewers than anything else. Harvey Keene won a batting title in the American League with the Tigers. Batting coach for the Brewers. Took over for Buck Rogers in '82, responsible for getting the team chemistry together and going on to the American League Championship into the World Series against the Cardinals. Not lot of tough years for Harvey Keene as a coach and a manager. Health problems, but through it all, able to get the Brewers to a World Series appearance.
Well, and two of her favorites there.
In 1957, he led all first basemen in fielding and tied a National League record, scoring 6 runs in a ball game. He shined in the World Series with 2 clutch home runs. Number 14, Frank Torre.
2 dingers in the 57 series against the Yankees. Got to the big leagues in 1956 with the Milwaukee Braves.
Brother of Joe Torre.
Strong and healthy and happy to be
His
here.
39-game hitting streak in '87 will be forever remembered. A 4-time All-Star and 2-time Brewers MVP. He is part of the Brewers triumphant trio. Future Hall of Famer. Number 4, third baseman, the igniter, Paul Molitor.
Rookie of the Year in '78. Club record 16 triples. Scored 136 runs in '82. Collected 5 hits in a single game in the World Series.
Well, you know, you'd be hard-pressed. Oh, there's that classic stance. You'd be hard-pressed to name the most popular Brewer ever. This would be one of a couple of guys that would be spit out of your mouth.
Ranks first in club records in stolen bases, over 400. Batting average .303, 5-time American League All-Star. 8th on the all-time hits list, 3,319.
Going into the Hall of Fame as a Brewer.
As a pitcher, an instructor, and a coach, number 35, pitcher Bill Castro.
Bill Castro has seen his share of baseball at this ballpark. He stepped onto the field in August of 1974. 6 years as a player with the Brewers, a part of Davey Lope's coaching staff this season.
Still lives in Milwaukee.
He holds the Brewers record with 14 strikeouts in a game and enjoyed his finest season in 1983 when he posted a 13-3 one-loss record. Number 30, pitcher Moose Haas.
Made his debut with the Brewers in '76. Not overpowering, finesse, control.
Moose on the mound at County Stadium one last time.
His home run completed the Brewers' miraculous rally on Easter Sunday, 1987. He hit 25 home runs and drove in 99 runs from the 9th spot in the lineup. Always a fan favorite, number 7, shortstop Dale Swain.
That big home run that Bob Uecker just mentioned as a part of the team streak success to start the '87 season. One of the moments in time forever crystallized when fans think of County Stadium here in Milwaukee.
All rookie team in '86. His career kind of short-circuited, a broken leg. Dale really never ever to
in
recover.
baseball history, won 20 or more games 13 times, including 6 straight seasons in the 1950s, pitched 2 no-hitters, earned the Cy Young Award in 1957, and won his 300th game in 1961 right here at County Stadium. The 7-time All-Star, number 21, Hall of Famer Warren Spahn.
One of the original Milwaukee Braves back in '53. All-time winningest left-handed pitcher. Both of his no-hitters right here, County Stadium.
Elected to the Hall of Fame in 1973. Been called by many the greatest living left-hander. Perhaps the greatest of all time.
.35 career home runs as a hitter.
One of only a handful of pitchers to hit 300 and win 20 in 1 year.
Record with 23 wins and 23 complete games in 1978. Won 2 games in the World Series of '82. Number 48, Iron Mike Caldwell.
'81 complete games. You heard Euchre. 23 of them in 1 year.
That one's going to be around for a while, partner.
Yeah. Pitched a 3-hit shutout in Game 1 of the '82 World Series.
He led the Packers in interceptions twice. Spent 12 seasons in Green Bay and was selected to the Packers Hall of Fame in 1996. Number 59, linebacker John Anderson.
A very familiar name, a very familiar voice within the sports community here in Milwaukee and the greater Milwaukee area. Certainly still a favorite in Green Bay.
He managed Team Streak in 1987. In 5 full seasons under his leadership, the Brewers won 422 games. Number 42, manager Tom Trebelhorn.
Trev was named interim manager after George Bamberger retired at the end of the '86 season.
A lot of players still credit Tom Trebelhorn as being one of the most influential baseball people they've ever been in the company of, including baseball's all-time stolen base king, Rickey Henderson.
His name is synonymous with the Brewers. He spent his entire 20-year career in Milwaukee. 6 times he hit 300 or better. He was the 3rd youngest player to ever collect 3,000 hits and one of only 3 players to earn MVP honors at 2 different positions. Number 19, Hall of Famer Robin Yount.
2-time American League MVP at 2 different positions. Made his Major League debut in 1974 at the age of 18. And yes, quite possibly the greatest Brewer of all time. The World Series numbers, the 3,000 hits, just part of the reason why Robin Yount remains as popular with fans today as he was when he was leading the team to its only World Series appearance in 1982.
Epitomized what a professional athlete should act, how the hell they should act. On and off the field. Led by example.
A man who continues to front the franchise, Robin Yount, makes one last lap around County Stadium. It's a chant we've heard throughout the day, even during the game this afternoon. Fans do not forget how much Robin Yount and the rest of these County Stadium legends have meant to the community. and how they have contributed into some of the greatest memories ever.
Remember coming to the ballpark and Robin Yount in that training room, and John Adam, the training staff, trying to get Robin ready for a game. Bad back, bad shoulder, and through all that, ran out there to take his spot in that batting order every day.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention now to Bernie Brewer's chalet in the center field bleachers. The County Stadium flag has been on display since the start of this final homestand, and Bernie will now remove it.
One last slide into the beer mug for Bernie Brewer. The flag will be folded and passed down the center field bleachers, handled by the many employees of whom we spoke earlier, folks that have worked here at County Stadium in a capacity other than player, who have been just as important to the success of this facility and the night upon night of entertainment that it has given us here in Milwaukee.
On the right of your screen, Russ Rutkowski, the guy that kept his old ballpark together for its final years. Maintenance supervisor here at the ballpark. Passing on the tradition of Milwaukee sports, Wisconsin sports.
Team streak, hands off to the Packers. Warren Spahn to Frank Torrey. The passing of the baton almost complete. Tom Trebelhorn to Del Crandall, to Earl Gillespie, to Merle Harmon, to Bob Uecker, to where this flag will be presented to the current Brewers by none other than Robin Yount.
Take this flag to Miller Park, your new home, with the same desire and dedication that has made us all proud to perform under it. We wish you and everyone to come our very best. Don't ever forget where it all started.
County Stadium has served us well, and we will never forget her. But oh, will it be sweet across the street. We'll see you next season.
Mark Loretta representing the current Brewers, along with Jeff Jenkins and manager Davey Lopes.
We will now have 4 ceremonial last pitches. Henry Aaron, Willie Davis, Robin Yount, and Baseball Commissioner Alan H. Bud Selig.
And not a one of them mishandled. Each of the teams represented. Bud Selig, the man who not only brought Milwaukee baseball a second time, but the man largely responsible for moving it into the next generation.
Well, County Stadium, here you are in all your glory. 48 years have slipped away like a blink of an eye. A champion was born in your midst, and you stood proud. Oh, how you have changed in so many ways. Yet, one thing remains: a bond between heroes and fans, and an ambition to succeed. It was here that boys became men. Men became champions. And champions became legends. But tonight is the final curtain. It's time to say goodbye. We will never forget you, for what was will always be. So long, old friend, and good night, everybody.